Everybody, this is a quick video about establishing a baseline and why it is so important. So in this activity, you and your partner are going to use polygraph data for your heart rate and respiration rate to attempt to determine when one of you might be lying. And you get to play a little two truths and a lie game. If you ever played two truths and a lie, you're going to get to do that, but while hooked up to a polygraph. So hopefully you enjoy it and have a lot of fun with it. The really important thing you have to do at the beginning, though, is you have to collect baseline data. Without baseline data, you can't tell if somebody is lying. So what do I mean by that? Well, your baseline data is where you're going to be getting data on your partner's respiratory rate and heart rate when they're just at rest and they're answering questions truthfully. So you're going to answer questions that are obvious, that everybody knows the answer to, where you know the answer to it, your partner knows the answer to it, and you both know that they're telling the truth. Questions like, is it true that your name is your name? Or are we in biomedical science class right now? Or do you attend Carroll High School, right? Things that are yes, no questions, very simple, short responses where they're just going to answer truthfully. Everybody's going to know that they're telling the truth. And this is going to serve as control data. So the idea is that this baseline collection is kind of like a control group in an experiment where the control group doesn't get whatever the independent or manipulated variable is. And so we use that for comparison. In this case, the independent variable or the manipulated variable would be lying. Since they're not lying, and we know they're not lying, this acts as a control. So then what happens is later when you're playing the two truths and a lie game, and you're trying to figure out which one of these things is a lie, which one of them is true, and you're asking other questions that are relevant to those statements, you can look for deviations in their heart rate and respiration rate, changes in those things that might be an indication that person is lying. Now, it's very important when you go through this procedure that you follow the instructions carefully here in MyPLTW. So MyPLTW has instructions for establishing a baseline and using the software and the equipment that we'll be using in class. So there's some background information here, covers kind of the things that I've been talking about. And then there are some resources to help you with using graphical analysis. There's a polygraph test resource. I'll have these things printed off for you in the front of the room, available for you to pick up and grab when you're ready for them. And then you're going to be using the Go Direct respiration belt and Go Direct heart rate monitors, hand grip heart rate monitors. Make sure you are carefully reading these directions and working your way through this in order to get this all to work properly. It can be a little bit tricky at times. So make sure that you are following the directions carefully, doing what it says to do in the menu. Everything should work like you see in the images here. Something that's tricky are the ID numbers. So you can see here on the respiration belt, the ID number is here. And on the heart rate monitor, it's actually on the side of the little black thing that's attached to the heart rate monitor. It's printed fairly small. This is how you're going to know which one you need to connect to when you are connecting them via Bluetooth. So make sure that you are taking note of that. All the information here is in MyPLTW. You're going to go through, just follow the steps in order to get things up and running. So there's quite a few steps. You're going to be collecting data. It's okay if you mess up. It's okay if you make mistakes. You can start over again if you need to. If you need help, just call me over and I will help you with this. But I am going to ask that you make sure that you are reading and following directions carefully. So hopefully you're having a fun time with it. Hopefully you can establish a baseline, at least today. Maybe today you also get to do the two truths and a lie game. Maybe that's something you do in tomorrow's class period. It just kind of depends on where you are. But if at any point you get stuck, need some help with the technology, with the sensors, with the software, just let me know and I will come and help you. All right. Thanks.